welcome to episode 26 of Bitches of Horror.
We didn't tell you last time what our special was, but we're going to talk about rape revenge movies.
Yeah, since our movie Sarja Wounded is a kind of a rape revenge, so we wanted to honor that theme.
Yes, and we tried to pick some different ones, and also from different continents. So we've got one Japanese one American one,
and one Swedish one.
Yeah. Yes. So we're going to start with the Japanese one, which is Girl Boss Revenge Skiban.
Yeah.
And this one I found a long time ago, and I love it.
Yeah, this was the first time for me watching it. But it's good.
It's really, it's really bad in a sense. I mean, it's from the 70s.
It's like a cozy 70s movie.
Yeah, but it's really kind of, charming with, I don't know. I really like the lead actress. She's really good. And also, I don't know, the Japanese vibe. I love Japanese girl gangs. It's like a thing for me.
Yeah, this was like girl power. You know, strong female characters, character-driven. Very cool. And the clothes and the music.
Yeah,
the music was really good.
It's about a gang, I guess, or a girl who's like a gang leader, and she just goes around fighting people. I don't know. Yeah. And then her gang kind of gets kidnapped by the Yakuza, and it's not really a rape revenge in a sense, because it's not really about one person getting raped. It's more about these girls getting kidnapped for prostitution. So they're basically all getting raped. Yeah, they don't have a choice. But there's no really, it's not the typical, here's a rape scene and here's a revenge at the end. Yeah. It's a little bit more exploitation.
Yeah, you mean Jasmine, we talked about it, was like, are we going to include this? But we wanted to, since it's good and unknown for most people.
And I guess, the horror sense in this one isn't really that big either. It's more of like I said, an exploitation film from the 70s, which can sometimes be considered horror, but I don't know. There's a lot of good, fighting, sort of bloody scenes. And
yeah, the fighting scenes were great.
Yeah.
Choreography was really good.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far. Oh, the one with the one guy who was he shot? And he, flew across the room. Like
that's pretty typical.
Stuff like that. It was, over the top. Someone getting punched, and then 2 seconds later going, oh, like that. That kind of really bad choreography. But it was, you laughed. It was, charming. It wasn't oh my god, what are they doing? It was, I don't know. It just has a special place in my heart. Yeah. But it's the ending is quite crap. No, not ending. The editing, sorry.
Oh, I was like, ending? The ending was...
No, the ending was good.
Yeah.
And editing, sometimes you're just like, what? Why did they cut it like that there? But...
Well, it didn't bother me.
It's another age. Another thing.
There was also a scene where someone was being tortured, hanging in chains. I love that scene.
Yeah. They had painful really scenes. You were like, ooh, ow.
Yeah, someone getting a needle stuck, between the nail.
Yeah.
Like an imprint, almost.
And I can't remember her name right now. She's the lead actress also in Lady Snowblood.
Oh.
Reiko, I think, something. Reiko Aibe or something like that. She was in it as well. And these two girls, they're like a couple. They're in all their movies together. They're both in Lady Snowblood, and they're both in Zero Red Handcuffed Woman.
Oh, yeah.
They're both in that one. So they do a lot of movies together. And they were also in this, and they started out, kind of rivalry, and they're like, oh, what, bitch, what are you doing here, sort of thing. But I really like their chemistry together, and how the women were in this. I loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it. And
that's the best part
some
of
of the
it.
scenes were really like artistic.
Yeah, I was just writing that I like the scene where it suddenly turns red.
Yeah.
Like in the background.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
And then like when they walk into the room and it's like all white, like the Yakuza is having like a meeting and it's like it's just beautiful coloring. But they only had it in like a specific few scenes. But it was like when it happened, you're like, whoa, oh, that's nice.
I like that more.
Yeah. But I'm guessing like the budget wasn't that big, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Fun movie.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Same. 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah. Yay! It's a good movie. Definitely watch it if you can find it. It's quite rare, but you can buy it. It's not
that expensive, or?
It depends on what expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than a regular movie, but it's probably about $20. I'd say.
Well, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's really
Definitely.
good. Yeah. Now moving on to a movie called Demented.
Yeah, from 1980. Like, I think there's a couple movies called Demented, but this one is the one from 1980.
And this movie,
revenge theme.
Yes, it started out.
It started like,
with a bang.
Like, okay,
it was
good.
a really like kind of brutal rape scene for.
Yeah, like after 1 minute, I think.
Yeah, this girl was gang raped
in a stable.
Yeah,
and then she has like
mental issues
or visions or like flashbacks or seeing
like PTSD.
Things.
Sort of like she's just like traumatized.
Yeah.
And then her husband gets her home back from the mental hospital or the hospital, and he's gonna take care of her. Does a pretty shitty job of taking care of her.
The worst job. Yeah, but that's what a movie's about, basically.
Yeah. This was painful to watch. Like, during the movie, when I was watching it, I was texting Sarah, and I was just like, oh my god, this movie is absolutely horrendous. It's terrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, I had to pause it like several times just to like go eat or do something and then continue watching it.
I was like, am I really going to finish watching this? I was like, I have to. It might get better. I doubt it, but it might get better. It was just the worst acting in the world. It was just like terrible. And
like terrible screams. It wasn't even screams. It was like nails on a chalkboard. Like you're like, I know, I don't want to hear that.
And it, like, the husband who was supposed to take care of her was off with his mistress, cheating on her. And she was like, the doctor was there and like, you really need to take care of her because she's gonna, she's breaking down. And she's like, oh no, oh fine, it's alright, go. Hey, I know if it's really important that, he wouldn't leave me unless it was very important. Hey, I know he needs to go to work.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, okay, I need to go to work. Yeah. And I was like, this is so bad. And like, just the screenplay and, I mean, the dialogues were just so terrible. I don't even like, what I've written, worst acting ever. Second, worst characters ever. Because the characters were so unlikable. Like, the doctor was probably the only character in the movie. You were like,
most
he's
sane
alright.
one. Like, I was like, listen to him. Yeah.
And then basically, like, she starts seeing things and she's calling her husband, oh no, they're here. And he's like, no, they're not, it's fine. Or, he comes home a few times, but, he doesn't see anything, there's nothing there, no one's broken in. So she's kind of, like, crazy as well. But then a couple of teenagers, I guess, start pulling jokes on her. And I don't know.
And the movie was so dark, like the last half hour, couldn't see anything, almost. No. Like, what? I had to see some blood.
There's one part when her sister came to visit. And I just could not figure out her accent. She spoke with, like, the weirdest accent I've ever heard in my life. Because...
Where was she supposed to be from?
Well, she's supposed to be from anywhere?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember.
I just thought she was, like, from the country.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, somewhere else. And she came there, and she had, like, a mixture of Australian, British, and American. I don't know what it was. It was just the weirdest accent. I was like, is she supposed to be British, or... what? It was just really weird and just terrible. There's no good like bloody scenes
because you can't see the bloody scenes. You can't.
and like her voice all the time. I can't remember what her husband's name was, but let's say his name was Pete or Peter, and she just goes, Peter. That's what she sounds like through the entire movie. I'm just like, oh my god, shut up. No wonder he's cheating on you with that whiny ass voice. I just wanted everyone to die in that movie. I just wish like the whole thing would just burn.
Like suddenly.
I just, combustion. And like I checked out like the other movies. I was like, what has this woman been in? And every movie she's been in has 3 or lower on IMDb, and I was like, well, no wonder, because she's a terrible actress. Fortunately, I think she kind of knew it, because after like 6 movies, she kind of quit, and I was like, oh, okay, thank you for doing that to the world. That was a good gesture, but like no, I just can't. I don't know if you had anything else to say about it. This movie was shit.
I wrote down that it needed more close-ups. Like, did you notice that it was always like this, like half pictures, or you didn't even see like how the characters react to some things. So.
Yeah, terrible movie. Stay away from it. I wouldn't even recommend it to my worst enemies. Like, this was like Loon bad.
What was it? Ghost Dimension bad.
It was like Loon, Ghost Dimension, and Demented.
Martyrs.
And Martyrs.
Okay.
Martyrs, I would say, is better than Demented. It looks better, at least. It's better on the eyes. This movie was just crap. Oh, terrible. I just 1 out of 10. 0 if I could, but I guess 1.
Shit.
3!
Yeah, I wrote down 3.
It was so bad. Yeah, I think I'd give it a 1 just because of the intro. That was like the only good thing about the movie. So bad. Yep.
Yeah, well, moving on to something better. Moving on to We Are Monsters 2015, because there's another one called We Are Monsters, so don't get those confused. But the other one isn't a horror movie, I think. But yeah, this is a Swedish horror movie made by Sonny Laguna. And I like his other films. He's done Vittra, Wither, and some other Swedish horror movies. But this is his best by far, I think. And this one is about a young woman who's going to a meeting, and she gets kidnapped and ends up in a house with a crazy older man and his associate, and they like torture her, and yeah, she goes through some stuff. So yeah, that's the plot without spoiling anything. And I was so excited watching this because I've been waiting for it for so long, and wow, I really liked it. I enjoyed it, mostly because of the lighting. I liked how they lit up the film, making it kind of yellowish. I really liked that, and the nature scenes. And
yeah, the chase scenes in it were really good. Like it was. That's one of the things that I noticed, that like when there was a chase scene, it was intense, and they did a really good job editing it and putting that together. This is the first time for me seeing it. It is a Swedish movie, but it's in English.
Yeah.
And as I've said in tens of millions of times, I have a really hard time with people that don't pull off accents. And I have a really hard time with ADR. I used to call it voiceover, because that's what I thought it was called. And then Blake, she told me that's not what it's called. It's called ADR. Yeah, it's called ADR. And some of the scenes, it was blatantly ADR, and I just
you have a real problem with that.
I do.
I have no problem
but I can
with
see
that.
it in the mouth. You know, it's like dubbed movies. Like you can see the mouth moving, and it's just off. It's the same thing with like when it's not synced. I have a really hard time with it because my mind just goes like, you know, I just get like these attacks, like these, I don't know. It just like burns my mind. I just can't take it. And it wasn't that bad in this, to be honest. I mean, there was only a few scenes, and it wasn't that noticeable most of the time. But the English accents on a lot of the characters were not terrific. I wouldn't say terrific. Everyone spoke good English. It was just that you could hear that they weren't native English speakers. And then I get, my question is, why didn't they film this in Swedish? And I know, I understand the whole, a lot of Americans and a lot of people, English speakers have a hard time watching foreign movies.
Yeah.
For some reason. Especially Americans.
Is it so hard to read subtitles, or I don't know. I like watching movies in other languages.
I do too. And
I just saw one today in Malaysian or...
It's Chinese, but Chinese. Malaysian Chinese, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's... and I can understand that point of view, that they want to, give it more to the crowd. And a lot of people probably aren't, concerned with them not speaking native English, but it's... It bothers me. But I tried to, even though it bothered me, I was like, okay, that's like a small minus point, just a teeny bit, and keep watching the movie, keep an open mind, and just look at the acting and what they did. The one who had, the best English was the bad guy.
Rolf.
Yeah, his English was really, really good. Spot on, and his acting was also...
He was amazing.
Really good.
And I actually met him on a movie set 2 weeks ago.
That was him?
That was him.
You should have...
Wow.
Never, yeah.
I was amazed, because
yeah.
I didn't recognize him at first, but I was thinking, I know him from somewhere. And then he said, he was the lead guy in We Are Monsters. I was like, starstruck.
Yeah. He was really good. The acting overall in the movie was really good.
I liked Hannah, also the main girl.
Yeah,
Hannah,
the main ones. Some of the, co-characters weren't as good, but it was, for the most part, really good. And there was some really rough scenes in this.
Yeah, the effects were really good.
Not only the SFX, the FX, but the actual. I have to warn, people who have a hard time watching rape. This is not one to watch. This, it was. It was.
But if
rough.
you really love rape revenge movies, then definitely watch this one.
But it's some of the scenes are really oof.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I also liked it because you could feel the bad guys horrible upbringing, his story, everything was sad, the whole situation, the whole story. I didn't feel sad. That. I felt sadness. I was just this is heavy. It's so sad between for both of them, the girl and the...
Really, for both of them?
Yeah, but it was weird feeling like that. So I like that.
I must have missed something then, because I didn't...
It was towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end, yes. But till then, I was just
Yeah, but towards the end, not the end.
Okay, yeah. Then I get it, yeah.
Then
okay.
I got a weird feeling.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of how some scenes in it reminded me of Cannibal Fog. Especially at the beginning when she had the meeting in that room. Oh. I don't know but if it was the angle or something else, but I don't know why, I just got that vibe. I didn't understand that she was in a restaurant when she walked into that room. Because she walked into the room, it looked like a dining room, in someone's house. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late. My flight was delayed. And she's like, oh, did you rent the place yourself? And I'm like, what? Or book the place? And I was like, what? At a restaurant, and all of a sudden this waiter pops up, and I'm like, what? That was really weird. I was like, they definitely filmed that in someone's dining room, because that was not a restaurant. Which, of course, isn't a big plot or thing in the movie, but it was just a fun thing. Yeah, I don't know. Small things bother me. I don't know, there's something wrong with me. But overall, it really surprised me, because I have a really hard time with Swedish film in general. There's not many Swedish movies I like. Yeah. Especially horror ones, and this is one that was
Sweden
actually
doesn't
good.
Have a lot of horror, and that's too bad, because Sonny, he can make horror. I liked Vitra with that was amazing. So continue making movies.
Yes, please do, because this one, it really took me by surprise how well made it actually was, and
I know that they put a lot of time and effort into it. So looking forward to future projects.
Yes, definitely.
So I'll give this a 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm torn between 7 and 8. Can I say 7.5?
Yeah, you can. I have like 7.
The 20 scale.
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it an 8, I guess, for being Swedish. But no, it's a plus though, because
it is.
You know, you watch a lot of crap movies from a specific place, and then one pops up that's actually really good. You need credit for it. I mean, you need to, you know, people, you know, I don't know.
It needs to be.
It needs to be acknowledged and known that, okay, we can do movies. We just need the right people to be making movies.
Yeah, we need
and he's obviously one person that should be making it. But yeah, so I enjoyed this. It was good. Hopefully we can overcome We Are Monsters, but I doubt it.
Too much pressure. Don't say that.
But no, it was really good, and Rape Revenge is I kind of enjoy it most of the time.
Yeah,
I do feel that a lot of movies are too similar. But these ones, well, okay. We Are Monsters was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Scabon wasn't really Rape Revenge, so I can't really, you know, that one's just different. Yeah.
Almost.
Borderline.
Yeah.
Demented was just shit, so don't even watch that. But, like, a lot of Rape Revenge, they do have, I mean, it's usually this girl gets brutally raped, okay, this girl comes back and she murders everyone.
Yeah, they have a special kind of script for those.
It's interesting to see someone go off that script. Like
Irreversible did, with the going backwards.
Irreversible. Let's not even talk about that movie. It's so good. I love it. So horrible. But, like, yeah. It's hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, it is hard. Like, it's hard the first half hour when the rape is going on, and then the revenge. That's
you're just like, yeah, you get him, girl. Yeah. But, you know, I've never actually seen a rape revenge with a man as a lead.
I have written one. I have one.
But I haven't seen it.
No, but I have it.
Well, then it should be made so I can see it. Because and if you have any tips, like, I've never seen a rape revenge with a man as the victim. My
mom wants me to make that movie.
She's like,
you should make that movie. It's something different.
Exactly.
But I have trouble finding actors for the lead part.
You can find some actors for that. I mean, it could be anything, but you know, I mean, of course, a lot of women get raped in real life, but there are also men who get raped. Yeah. So it would be a really good idea to make a movie out of that perspective as well, to change it up a bit and to actually, like, you know, make it equal.
Yeah, I think so.
Sort of, you know.
But just to shine the light on that's a problem as well.
Yeah. Not only that, but, you know, well, I mean, it is, but it's also...
Like how...
But, you know, they want this sort of sexy girl with so she can show her boobs, and then she can walk around in her underwear and show her legs.
But, I mean, a sexy guy in, like... Naked sexy guy? Yeah.
But it doesn't even have to be naked. Like, you can still...
He can be naked.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to have that part in it. Even if it's a girl, you know, you can make it terrible and... Oof.
Yeah, it's
pretty... Because she wasn't that naked. She was a little bit naked. But, I don't know. It's ideas for you filmmakers anyways, you know. Try to make something a little bit different. Especially in Rape Revenge. But next week, we got another special.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we would do a Southeast Asian horror special.
Because there are so many movies coming from Asia.
Yes.
Like, so different kind of movies.
Yeah. And we know we love our Japanese movies, we love our Chinese movies, and we love our South Korean movies. But there's not a lot of light shown on Southeast Asian movies. I mean, there's Shudder from Thailand that got a lot of, you know.
Yeah.
And the same director did Alone. But there's a lot of other Asian movies that need to be brought to light. Now, we're not saying we're picking the best ones. We're just picking random ones, so some of them might not be as good. The one, we watched one of them already, not that good. But
we're not saying which one.
No.
But yeah.
And we'll be picking one movie from Malaysia, one from the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, and one from Thailand.
One from Thailand.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good mix there.
Yes. Get some Tagalog and Chinese and Thai. It's interesting languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so look forward to that if you want some Southeast Asian tips.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and remember to like our videos and like our Facebook page and
share. You know, sharing's caring, and don't forget to stay horrific.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.